Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Third Down Thursdays. MJ here with Coach Bruce. And this evening, we are very happy to be joined by former NFL cornerback Cris Dishman. So, first of all, Chris, thank you for agreeing to come on the show and hang out with us for a little bit. How are
Yes.
you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing good, and you guys?
Like,
Everything's going great.
hey, no complaints over here, man. Living the dream every day.
We're doing great, Chris. We're happy to talk with you. We love hearing stories from guys who used to play in the league. So we're very excited to talk to you.
Yes.
First of all, Bruce, I believe we have a congratulations for Chris.
Yes.
We were talking before the show if you want to congratulate him on that.
Please. So I sent out all the social media stuff, assuming that Chris, you were still a part of the USFL and with the New Jersey Generals. However, I'm wrong on that because before the show, you were telling us that you recently had a basically a promotion. So please, can you elaborate and let us know what that is?
Well, I just got a chance to work with my great friend Rod Woodson. Rod and I came in together there at Purdue University.
Mm-hmm.
So when a guy like a Rod Woodson called and asked you to join the staff, I just was able to join the staff. You know, Coach Rowley took a chance on me and was able to hire me as a defensive coordinator. And he's such a gem to work for. And I think they're going to have much success next year, whoever takes over that team, because of the coaches that Coach Rowley actually hired. So, you know, but I just had a chance to work with Rod Woodson, and I took it.
So now speaking to the XFL and the process of players trying out, I think you guys had camp or concluded camp about a month ago?
I think it's been a lot of showcases going.
Okay. So what's the process with those showcases, and basically what are you guys looking for?
Well, we got to look for almost 70 guys, and it's just like in the NFL, what you look for in NFL. And when I was in when I was in college, where I look for high school guys, you look for different type of stuff from corners and different type of stuff for linebackers, and fast twitch muscles is always helpful. Guys who can understand the game, who have football IQ, who have a high football IQ and not just athletic. I know everyone always talking about he can jump 42 inches and run a 4.4, but if he can jump 42 inches and run a 4.4 and don't understand the concept of football, that's not doing you any good.
Right. Yeah.
And then in track he'd be great because you can put him on a 100-yard dash and just tell him run straight.
So, hey, he's got speed, but not football speed.
Right. Exactly. So
I got you.
It's
so
all
what's
it's all the intangibles. It's all the intangibles that you need in a person. You know,
right.
His leadership is a follower, but a good follower, or he's a leader, and a bad leader or a good leader.
Fair.
Are there any like interviews in the showcases, or is it all on field work?
It's all on field. It's all the combine work and stuff like that. And if you have time, you sit and talk to a guy for a few minutes and ask him his name, where is he from, and stuff like that. But, you know, just try to get a little sit down with him.
No, I love that. I think it's really cool.
Nothing major. It's nothing major. It's just something pass by. Hello, how you doing? Where you from? How many brothers and sisters you have, and stuff like that.
Has Coach Woodson? It's kind of weird to say that. Has Coach Woodson concluded any kind of meetings or had any meetings with his staff about finding an identity for what the Outlaws are going to be? They are going to be the Outlaws, right? If I remember correctly.
That I don't know. They haven't even announced that yet. So did you hear before me or something?
You know better than I do, my guy.
I'm like, we are? Is that what we're supposed to do? Well, see how you broke the news to me. Right now, I'm in deep in watching guys on film and watching showcases and watching players. I'm so deep into that right now of trying to get the best players possible for the XFL and for the Vegas team.
Fair.
That's fantastic. So, Coach, calling you Coach because you're coaching. I don't know. That's my habit with having Bruce. You know, give you the respect. You're the coach. I know you used to play, but you're a coach now. So, give us a little bit of. We like story time around here, and Bruce and I have a lot of questions that we go to for anybody who used to play in the NFL. given that you were a defensive back in a corner, I'm going to jump straight to one of my personal favorites.
Here we go.
And that has to do with a little bit of trash talk when you're facing off against a wide receiver. So we're going to start with the simple one. Cris, what was your favorite form of trash talk? And how were you're lining up against a guy possibly for a whole game, even just for a possession. How do you get in his head? How did you try to mess with the opposing offense?
Well, since it's a family show, I'm gonna start off with my lighter ones first.
You can go as deep as you want.
You can say whatever you want.
Please do not hold back. We got time.
I always start with hey man, how you doing? How's your family? I try to start with that, get them talking. And then once you get them talking, I try to do the friend route. And then if the friend route don't work, I just go all in, So I try to friend route for probably about 15 minutes. Okay. And then if that doesn't work, about 3-4 possessions, the friend route doesn't work and he's been an ass, then I just go all in on him then.
I love that. I love that.
Okay, so what is Cris Dishman's version of going all in?
Well, I talk about him, talk about his I don't talk about the children. I would not do that.
Never.
Children's are off limit.
Correct.
I pretty much talk about him and his career and their career, what they're doing, and what I'm going to do to them on this possession.
So you do research.
Yeah, I do research.
I was about to say, like names and stuff.
Oh yes, I know the name of the nickname, something like that. Ask them, how you get that sissy nickname or something like that,
I love it. It's so good.
And Michael Irvin and I used to have some of the best trash talking because he always was telling Troy he's open. I said, Mike, how can you be open and I'm wearing your jersey?
Oh, that's good.
So I used to always mess with Irvin because I tell him, I said, man, I'm wearing your jersey. I'm 88 today, because I'm all in. I'm all in you, so I'm wearing 88. And he's like, man, I'm open. You can't hold me, So he go off in his tents that he's always open. And I tell him that you're not open. You're just assuming that you're open.
That's great. So to kind of jump off of that, I like that you kind of led me into it. So was Michael Irvin the best trash talking wide receiver, or was there somebody else?
No, Bad Moon Rising was the best.
Oh, really? Was it Andre Rison?
Andre Rison.
Yeah.
I always say Bad Moon. That's his nickname.
I kind of like that. That's good.
Andre Rison is probably the best trash talker because he's nonstop. Even when he's on the sideline, he's talking. And even when he's in the game, he's talking. And even when you're doing special teams, he's talking. He's telling the guys on the special teams if I'm the jammer and I have to be responsible for blocking the gunner. He's telling the gunner, oh man, he's too slow. Fake him inside, then go outside. He gonna take all inside moves, and he just always talking. So you always hearing him talking. This you washed up, you slow, you can't handle that guy.
Oh no,
he's just everything possible. He's telling you. So I think Andre Rison is probably the best trash talker there was.
That's good. So
that I faced.
Fair. So to continue off of that, what stadium was the hardest stadium to go to with their fans and how they heckled and things that they got after it and they said and to expand on that, what was one of the worst things a fan has ever said to you?
Well, one of the worst things a fan has said to me was talk about my family. And
and
it was in Cleveland, of course.
Of course.
Not surprising at all.
And I almost went up in the stands, and my teammates had to hold me back.
Wow!
But Cleveland, the three worst stadiums that I hate playing in was Cleveland, the Raiders, and Philly.
Bruce hates the Raiders.
I can't stand.
Bruce hates the Raiders.
I can't stand their stadiums was bad. Cleveland never had hot water. Even in December, we come and try to take a shower. The hot water never works for some reason.
They do that on purpose.
Sick psychology trick, yeah.
Can you believe that? The hot water in December never worked.
Boston used to do the same thing. The Celtics used to do the same thing.
Yeah. So that, and then in Philly, their fans would just throw snowballs. I think I got hit with a snowball in Philly, and the snowball never broke. And I'm like, How can you throw a snowball at a
Oh,
person and never break? So obviously they must sit there and pack the snow, freeze it overnight, repacked it for it to be that hard. It's like,
yep.
what kind of life you have that you can do that?
What are you doing? What are you
Who's
They were
been
doing?
planning
who's been
days ahead.
right? Who's been 30 minutes on a snowball? It had to be a 30-minute snowball because it never broke. It hit
I
me and it
that's
never broke. I'm like, who spent 30 minutes on a snowball? What kind of I said he must hit the lottery or something for him to spend 30 minutes on making a snowball. Who has time like that? First and
oh.
foremost. And the Raiders, you so busy watching the fans fighting each other there at the Coliseum that you get distracted that way.
The
So those,
Raiders.
Oh,
yeah,
you don't have to tell. Bruce hates the Raiders, and I'm
Ah.
an A's fan, so I know everything there is to know about the Coliseum being trash.
right. And then with
It's so bad.
and then with the dirt on the field, it
Mm.
wasn't too good. And then
I,
Cleveland's field, even though it was grass, it was really turf because it was so hard and cold, and it felt like turf. But though now everybody got the new stadiums, which is great.
Not Chicago. We're still in some crap ass turf.
Chris, how was it playing on the dirt mix in the Coliseum? I can't imagine that was fun as a corner.
No, it wasn't because they when they put the ball down in a certain area and then the receiver line up, you facing the Tim Brown, and
Ooh.
he have the grass and you have the dirt, and you're like, oh, okay, I have to get it back a yard or two so that way I can
Yeah.
keep my footing because I know I'm gonna slip, and he's running his routes. He always ran his routes. I think Tim done that on purpose. He always ran his routes into the dirt, so therefore he can have the traction, and then run into the grass. So therefore he have the traction, and I'm still in the dirt. So I think they planned their routes as
Oh,
far as
100%.
that more than
100%.
anything. So that was probably the most difficult thing is the dirt, is coming from the grass to the dirt, the transition.
That makes sense. That makes sense.
Practice stadium.
I
I hate that place so much.
So you did play with that old turf that they used to have that was basically cement with a layer over it. And you've seen the new artificial turf that we have that there's out now, and you spoke on that a little bit as well. Can you talk to me about making tackles a little bit on that hard, like cement type, like feel on a field? Like, was there any benefit to that at all aside from being able to run fast? I guess that's probably the only one, right?
No, there still wasn't no benefit because your knees is hurting
Oh
afterwards.
yeah.
Oh,
You make any tackles and you don't have your knee sleeves on or your arm sleeves. You have the turf burns.
Mm.
Then you have to sit in the shower and you have to let that turf burn. I mean, let the water run in that turf burn, and then that's burning you. And then when you get out, you got to put the peroxide on it, the Neosporin. You got to do so much to get it healed.
Mm-hmm.
And then you go back and play the next week on the same thing, and then it just reopen again. So that was.
Do you ever just like tell? Do you ever just tell the guys now like how lucky they have it right now with like limited practices, no doubles, like limited contact, like during training camp and all that stuff?
All the time, and it's so funny. The guys always y'all did this, y'all did that back in your day. Y'all couldn't hang with the generation right now, and I tell them I think it's vice versa. And I'm so happy. I'm like I said, I'm happy with the guys, the money that the guys are making right now. I'm happy with the facilities they have. I'm excited about their practice schedules, how they can have either practice in the morning and strictly jog through in the evening. You can't call it a walk through in the evening, or a walk through in the morning and a practice in the evening. So it's saving their lives. It's saving the concussion protocol. It's helping them mentally and physically on their body. Whereas guys that, like me and guys before me, just think I'm complaining about our condition. Just what about the guys before me who played on the turf and they was able to grab the face mask and they was able to hit above the neck. So those guys before me also paved way for me for me to have my situation I am, and I paved way for the guys to have their situation there. So it's paid forward.
That's fair. It was very well said.
So Chris, I have an oddly specific question for you. So I was doing a little research on you before the show, and I found a streak in your career that I'm sure you remember, where I believe, I think this is 1991. You had 7 straight games where you forced a turnover. So I don't know if you remember that specifically, but if you do, give us a little background on that stretch, because that's an incredible stretch, especially for a DB. And just give us a little context on. I don't know. Was there any pressure once you got a few games into that? How fun was it just to be wreaking havoc every single game?
It's funny because when you're into it, you don't really, you're not when you're in it, you don't really understand what's going on. I
Yeah.
didn't really understand it until the game I didn't get a turnover and that stat came out.
Wow.
I didn't understand what all that meant. I was just doing it because that was part of my job.
Yeah.
I was doing it because I felt like that it was my breakout year where I have to either put up or shut up. I was already, I think, 3 years into the league, and it was going into my 4th year where I had to put up or shut up. I had to he'd say I can make the NFL roster, I can be a dominant player, or I can just be a guy who goes from team to team. And I trained very hard that year. As I went down to San Diego to Ron Shetfield down there, and I trained very hard. Ron Shetfield used to coach some of the Olympic guys, and I went down there and trained on my track, on my speed, my weightlifting, my conditioning, and everything like that. So to have such a successful year, and then that game after, I think it was after the Dolphin games. The Dolphin game was the 7th game, and then the next game, I can't remember who that was. And a reporter asked me that your streak is broken for 7 straight turnovers. How do you feel? And I was like, well, you should have told me that before a game. Then I would have tried to get a turnover. Don't come up with such exciting news afterwards, So, but no, I told him, I said, well, I'm just in it. I'm just trying to do my job. Each and every week, I'm just trying to help the Houston Oilers beat their opponent. That was my job of covering the receivers like a Michael Irvin, a Jerry Rice, or Andre Reed, Andre Rison, Tim Brown. Covering those guys and making sure that they're not getting touchdowns or deep balls or passes over me. So that was my job to do that. And I was in it to do my job. And then when that stat came out, it was exciting to hear something like that and to relive it. But when I was in it, I never really paid attention to it.
So one of the things that I did want to touch on with you in 92, you had the opportunity to play the Buffalo Bills in the wild card game. Can you kind of talk about, if you remember it, can you kind of talk about that and the opportunity to play those guys? Because obviously they played in the Super Bowl that year, so they're a great team. So
they played in it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
can you kind of expand a little bit on those games? Because you guys went on a streak you guys were in the playoffs for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight years.
7. Well, see, and that's the thing. We had so much talent there with the Oilers. As far as the offensive line, I can go down and I can name a who's who on offensive line.
Mm-hmm.
Bruce Matthews, Dean Steinkuhler, Jay Pennison, going Mags, David Williams. You can go on and on. Brad Hopkins. You can go on and on with our offensive line. It's crazy. Then our receivers, you can go on and on with them. And we was in a one-back system, but we had such backs like Mike Rozier, Alan Pinkett, Lorenzo Wright, Gary Brown. We had four running backs. Then Warren Moon, of course, was pulling the trigger.
He was awesome.
Then we were so deep in receivers, it was crazy. And then our defensive backs, our linebackers, our defensive front were so deep. So we had good talent. So, and I think it was a cockiness of us that getting through the regular season, getting to the playoffs, we knew we was going to do that. It was just getting out the playoffs. Sure. Could we do that? And I know I don't want to sound like I'm being cocky, but we had so much talent on that team that our talent and with the coach's knowledge, we knew that we was going to win games, and we knew that we can get into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
The playoffs wasn't our issue because we was trying to get out the playoffs. How can we get out the playoffs?
Yeah. No, I love that.
It's not cockiness if you can back it up. I mean, you guys knew that you could make it to the, like you said, you knew you could
That's
make it to the
fair.
playoffs. I don't think that's cocky whatsoever.
I agree.
You seem very realistic about that.
So
Right, because the only team that we was worrying about in our AFC was the Steelers.
yep.
We knew we could beat Cincinnati. We knew we could beat Cleveland. You know, the only team we said, okay, we can get past the Steelers, we can win it.
Was Bill Cowher the coach then too? I found was it Bill Cowher?
Yeah, it was Bill Cowher. Yeah.
Nice. But and your boy Rod.
Yeah.
So Warren Moon was an absolutely phenomenal quarterback. I loved him when I was a little kid. I actually really liked the old school Houston Oilers jerseys. I had one of his jerseys. Go, which is crazy as that sounds. But my question to you though, Coach, is how was it going against Warren Moon every day and seeing him, and how was it defending his passes? How was he in practice? And if you could expand on that, that'd be awesome.
Warren was the same way in practice as he was on the game day. You know, going against Warren really prepared our defense of what to do and what not to do. You know, if we can intercept a guy like Warren Moon or confuse him, disguise our coverages where it confused Warren, then we knew we can confuse any other quarterbacks. You know, like I said, we had battles in practice. I remember one time Haywood and Jeffries and during the season, got into a fight because he kept doing hitches. You know, 5-yard stop routes, 5-yard stop routes. And I told Haywood, I said, Haywood, you're not getting me better by doing 5-yard stop routes. Do something else. He's like, no, I'm not doing nothing else. I'm doing a 5-yard stop route. So he did a 5-yard stop route again. And him and I get into a brawl, all because I keep saying he's not getting me better, but he just wanted to work on the hitches. But I didn't want him to work on it. So it's like stuff like that. We were so competitive as individuals that we knew that, like I said, if you're supposed to be the best receiver, I'm covering you. I should be able to cover anybody else.
Yeah.
You know, like Ernest Givens. You know, I used to always go in the slot and try to guard Ernest. You know, he was so quick in and out his breaks. I felt like if I can guard him, I can guard anybody else. So that's why we was just so competitive there in practice. And with Warren pulling the trigger, you know, I think the best back shoulder fade person is Warren Moon. He's probably the best back shoulder fade ball that I've ever seen for someone to throw. It's hard to defend. He throw it low and away. You know, it's like you can't really get to it. But him and Haywood and Drew Hill, Curtis Duncan, they always used to get me in practice, and I used to go in the film and study of what are they looking for, and then they tell me as soon as you turn your head, we're gonna turn it to your backside shoulder. So that's why it's called backside fade. So you know, to this day, I still try to tell my guys how to defend the back shoulder fade.
I love it.
That's hard to defend. And even you know that hurts me a little bit because I'm a Packers fan and Rodgers is really good at the back shoulder fade. But I'll give credit to, I know Rodgers wasn't the one who invented it, so I'll give credit to the guys who threw it before him, because I recognize that he wasn't the first guy to throw it, but
that's
it
great.
still hurts a little bit.
So hey, so Chris, real quick, I have just one more question for you. Do you have an opportunity to watch Hard Knocks at all?
Every now and then I've watched it in the past. Yes.
How realistic is that vibe that you get from just seriously, like from the regular fan, just that hasn't played football or hasn't participated in something like that, or even gotten to the NFL level or experience? How realistic is what we watch every Tuesday or whatever night that it's on? How realistic is that stuff that you're seeing?
That's what you see in training camps. You're gonna see that type of stuff. You're gonna hear guys complaining. You're gonna hear guys probably fighting. You're gonna hear guys not liking each other. That's part of it. That's part of training camp. You know, you're gonna hear your coach is gonna get tired. It's part of training camp. The coach is gonna get tired of the players. Players gonna get tired of listening to the coaches. It's part of it. You know, that's what it is. That's part of training camp.
Chris is like, I deal with that every day now.
Yeah, you gotta agree to disagree and move on. And long as everyone know that they're there for one purpose only, and that's to win games. You're not here for your feelings. You're not. I don't care about your feelings getting hurt. I don't care about you. Not like that. You're here for one thing only, and one thing is to win games and win a championship. And if you're not winning games and winning championship, then you're just an average player.
Get the hell out.
Yeah, exactly.
Cris, last question I have for you is hopefully simple. I feel like this is, especially for a corner. Favorite interception ever?
Oh,
Well, it got to be my first one. It got to be my first one, and I think it was Ken O'Brien. Was it Ken O'Brien with the Jets? Did he play with the? Yeah, I think it was
Ken O'Brien. Yeah, I think no. Yeah, he did. Well, let's take a look.
Was it Ken O'Brien? It was the Jets. I can't.
Yeah, it was the Jets. No, that's him. You're right.
Was it? Yeah, I think it was my first one. It had to be my best one. He threw an out route and I jumped it and intercepted.
That's awesome.
And I think that was my first one, and I can't even remember my last one. So I guess I can't even remember my last one. So I guess my first one has to be my best interception. And no, my favorite quarterback, Dan Marino, I ended up intercepting him. So that was a great one too.
That's hey, did you keep that? Did you have him sign it?
Oh yes. No, I didn't have him sign. I didn't have him sign it. I should have.
That was sick. Walk over instead of doing a jersey swap. You're like, can you just sign
swap?
Yeah. I don't think he would have been too happy with me coming up with the interception ball. Say, hey, can you sign this after I intercepted you? You know,
that's funny. You see guys do that nowadays, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see guys like, oh, can I swap jerseys with you? It's like, man, like you just picked me off, or you just sacked me multiple times. I don't want to trade jerseys with your ass.
Yeah, that's. Well, I don't think I can. The games we had with Cleveland and Cincinnati and Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think we're gonna swap jerseys with any of those guys.
Probably not.
You know, Rod and I, we swapped jerseys during the off season, but there wasn't no way I was gonna ask Rod for his jersey after those games. It was too hard fought. The battle, it was so much.
Lost him.
Yeah,
there we go.
Yeah, I got a call in. I'm sorry. I should have.
No, you're okay.
You're good.
But like I said, we had so much animosity towards each other that we wasn't swapping jerseys.
Oh, I got you. That's awesome, though. Well,
yeah.
Chris was doing research on people before the game. He's not going to swap jerseys with them after.
Not at all. No,
we wait until training in San Diego for that.
Right. My job is to stop you, and your job is to beat me. So, I have a family to feed, and so do you. But you know, my job is to make sure you don't get more passes than what you did the week before. And that was one of the goals that I always wanted to follow the best receivers. I always wanted to be on the number one receiver.
I love that.
Michael Irvin got 7 catches for 108 yards the week before. My job was to get him 5 to 4 catches with less than 100 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that was one of my goals at each and every time I tried to play. Like when I played against Jerry Rice, I always looked up his stats. And Jerry was so funny. Every time I tried to talk to Jerry, he wouldn't say nothing to me. But, you know, that's when I knew I was in a hard-fought battle when he didn't say nothing.
That's good, though.
But once Jerry started talking to me, I was like, oh, yeah, I think I'm going to have a good game versus him. I think I'm going to have a good game because he wasn't a talker. Jerry wasn't a talker at all.
That's how you know you're doing well.
Yeah, that's why I said, okay, I'm going to have a good game. He's starting to talk. I'm getting to him.
That's good. Well, Chris, I would love to hear more stories. MJ and I would love to hear more stories. And if the opportunity arises, I would really love for you to come back on our show, so that way you could talk to us a little bit about the XFL and when the season starts next year. And I don't know, maybe you can bring Rod with too, and we can hear how we can hear some fun stories about you two going at each other from the sidelines and talking crap to each other now as coaches.
It sounds good, guys. Thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate you.
Absolutely. Talk to you later, Chris. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Awesome, dude. That was just, I love it.
So, fun fact that I almost brought this up, but I didn't know if I feel like I could have now, but I didn't know before the show. So Rod Woodson, who's, coaching with Chris now, at one point right after Chris left Houston, Chris was the second highest paid corner in the league and Rod Woodson was number 1. I didn't, but I wanted to be like, hey, y'all talk about that?
You know they went back and forth with each other.
Oh, I know they do.
You
And I'm
100%
sure,
knew.
like, Bruce, if that was you and me,
Oh, dude.
you'd still talk about it.
Like, just that
You'd still be like, hey, remember 94 when I got paid 2.75 and you got 2.5?
Hey, you know what, though? I will sure as hell take 2.75 right now.
I would take $2.75.
Well, I'll take a little more than that, but high standard.
Hey,
high standard.
$2 is $2, Bruce. I don't.
No, that's fair. That's
I don't
fair.
know
Well,
what you're talking about.
MJ, I gotta tell you, man.
Hold
so we
up.
did get oh, holding up.
No, you're good. I'm just gonna. I realized that Joe had said he wanted to come talk smack, but he doesn't actually know how to get in the show.
Oh, fair enough. What I was gonna say though was we didn't get our normal opportunity to say hello to one another. So hello, MJ. How was your day today?
Hi, Bruce. My day was good for the most part.
That's good.
Did work. We had like $6,000 of catering, so that was chaotic. Paige is waving hello.
Oh, hi, Paige.
Let's see. We had like $6K in catering, so that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
Got home, took a shower, played some games play some Xbox with my buddy.
I thought you were gonna say I took a shit when you said I took a shower.
No, I did that too, right before I took a shower. And if you don't do that right before you take a shower, either A, you're lying, or B, you're wasting your shower.
Wasting the shower.
Because if you do it afterwards, you have to get back in the shower.
Exactly. You cannot waste.
Glad we agree on that, because that would have been tragic if we didn't agree on that. Where is our text thread with Joe?
I don't know, but anyways,
what in the world? No, this gonna bother me. Oh, there it is.
Oh, what's
there
this?
We go.
Electric Judge. So Electric Judge in our snap said played games with me. I don't know if that's. Oh,
that's Owen.
Oh, it's Owen. What up,
No,
Owen?
that's Owen. Yeah, that's Owen.
What's up, Owen?
That's Owen.
Hey.
The Field of Dreams game is on.
Yeah. It's pretty sweet. All right, so actually,
yeah.
He twisted his ankle running between first and second and went down immediately and started like screaming.
Oh, that's not good for the Cubs. Okay.
Who was it?
Wilson Contreras. Oh, your only good player left that you didn't trade.
Right. All right. So that being said, I figured we should touch on that.
By the way, Dreams game.
By the way, my day was absolutely amazing. I had a great day today. We'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Whatever you say, Bruce.
It was an absolutely phenomenal day. Let me tell you something. But
10 out of 10.
But 10 out of 10 indeed. So the Field of Dreams, MLB, announced that the Field of Dreams game is going to be skipped next year. So they're not going to do it in 23.
For such a terrible reason, too.
Because they want to do whatchamacallit too. They want to do maintenance. They want to make it bigger and do better. From what I've gathered.
No, they're not even touching the actual field.
Oh, they want to make it. It's the whatchamacallit.
They're doing construction around the complex,
right.
But it's not. The field is not going to be touched.
Right.
So I don't know. I think it's stupid that I understand. And Frank Thomas is the one running it. I love Frank Thomas. He used to play for the A's. So I got a little.
Play for the White Sox.
A little affection for him. Yeah, but he also used to play for the A's, Bruce.
I know, but White Sox.
I don't care about the White Sox.
Oh, so here real quick. So here's another.
Used to play for the A's.
Well, anyways, the Field of Dreams game. I love the Field of Dreams game. I think it's awesome. But the one thing that they need to do.
It's a great concept.
Yes, the concept's amazing. But what I would love to do and love to see them do, they can plan it in the offseason, say, like, these are the teams that could be flexed into this spot instead. Because people that are watching this game are watching two trash baseball teams.
Oh, you're saying you want it to be like Dodgers Padres.
Correct. So I would say have teams that have the highest probability of potentially getting to the playoffs or getting to whatever, because there was no chance in hell, even before when they announced this game earlier last year, that it would be the Reds and Cubs. I was like, damn it, why would you put it's like when I see the Bears playing the Packers on national TV. I know the outcome. Why do I want to watch?
Idea.
Why do I want to watch that? What's your idea?
I have a better idea. You wait to make the announcement until the All-Star game.
That's awesome too.
The game's in August.
Well,
make an event out of announcing the Field of Dreams game. Teams are going to try to compete and be good and be relevant so that they can be in the Field of Dreams game. If you make it that big of a deal, it incentivizes teams
And
to
have a
try and be
purse.
relevant.
And have a
Yeah.
purse for it. Have a purse like
Exactly.
for it. But then you're essentially making I like that. So you're basically making almost like a play-in tournament that the NBA has, except obviously it's only one game or two games, whatever
Yeah.
they do there. I think it's only one game, right? That they do at Field of Dreams, or is it an actual
Yeah, it's only one game. But you essentially for any team,
like you said, you incentivize it. I like that.
yeah, you incentivize it. And so you could give a little bit of cash to some of the players if you want to. You could do something like that even just on the player level. You may not incentivize the team or the organization, but if you get the players
I like that.
going, then it starts there. And I
So
think that would actually be better than just some random game. It's just like the Hall of Fame game
Right.
for the NFL. It's just as broken. It's just as bad of an implementation for a really good concept.
Agree. I mean, I almost think that they should move the Hall of Fame game, to be honest with you, but that's just me. Whatever. But
What do you mean move it? Like timeline or
timeline? Yeah, I would say because it's something that's awesome. I mean, like I get people don't want to be sitting outside to celebrate guys making the Hall of Fame in like cold weather, Canton, Ohio, whatever. But I would almost like to see it doing a similar situation.
Then don't
like
do
that,
it outside.
Hey, preach to the choir.
Don't do it outside. Do it. I'm trying to think
Agree.
what you could do with that. You could do it Well, you can't do it the last week of the season because people might rest their guys.
I would almost do it in the middle of the season.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could if you did it in like
8 through 10
October.
Right.
Something like that. The weather could be decent if you really want to put it outside. If you do it in October, there's at least a 50-50 shot, and at least people aren't sitting out in the bloody heat.
The bloody heat.
The bloody heat.
That's awesome. But
oh
no,
my gosh.
I don't disagree with you, dude. I don't at all. But man.
What else we got to talk about today? You and I didn't even really
We didn't do a rundown. We actually just talked
plan anything at all.
No, not at all. But we had the preseason kickoff. We started last week. I think it was who was it? It was the Raiders versus the Jaguars.
Raiders.
Yeah, one of the most boring games.
Raiders.
Such
a bad franchise. It's fine.
Yeah, whatever. But anyways, so me being the knucklehead that I am, ended up betting on that game, and I chose the under. And thinking, I don't know, I just didn't, not thinking. Basically, I got my ass kicked, handed to me. Whatever. Yeah, exactly. So
you thought that Josh McDaniels wasn't going to throw out every formation in the Hall of Fame game? Come on, Bruce.
I know. I should know better, but that is what
they were running complicated fake screens.
I know.
In the Hall of Fame game, not just running screens.
I know.
Which is ironic since they weren't really rushing that hard. They were running fake screens.
So tomorrow,
in the Hall of Fame game.
Tomorrow, the Packers are playing at San Francisco. And we touched on that a little bit. What was it? Tuesday in Immaculate Perceptions. I follow Game On Wisconsin if you guys get the opportunity to. I'm not a Packers fan. We all know that. However, we do a great show.
We do good things.
I agree.
Dude, you still didn't get that on here.
I forgot to genuinely. I think I still have it in my downloads.
You know what I still have?
Nope, negative. Oh,
that's how Bruce is feeling after this day. He's just like,
oh, you have no, yeah, 100%. I wish actually.
Bruce be in bed later like,
I'm too hyped. I'm too hyped after this day. Just wait till tomorrow. I'm gonna be even more.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna get a phone call. Bruce, I gotta go to the DMV tomorrow. Which, first of all, let's talk about.
Oh, here we go. We are totally just doing this. All right, I like this.
Let's talk about how stupid this is. So
you gotta change
makes
license,
sense, right? Right. I have to change my license, but so Paige has to change her license because she has to change her name, right? We're waiting. Right. Did we send that form in yet? We did. Look at us go.
Wow.
Look at you go.
Look at me go.
Rude. I'm out here working and supporting the household. Okay. You're doing great.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Stay away from that argument.
Oh my gosh, shut up. So Paige has to change her license because she has to change her name. However, if it wasn't for that, because she's a student in Mississippi, she could technically get away with keeping all of her Illinois stuff.
Mhm.
But even though I'm married to the student, I have to change all of my stuff. So I have to change my license. I have to change. Then after I change my license, go change the registration on my car.
Yep.
And I have to do all of this crap. I had to have my dad mail me the title
Yep.
to the car because I need that for the registration. I've barely lived here for a month and I have to scrounge up some mail to take to the DMV tomorrow. So thankfully I got a bank account here and they sent me mail to this address because that's the only mail I know of that has my name on it other than like a package.
And let's talk about that. I've sent you 2.
Oh yeah,
I
how
have
bad the Mississippi
sent-
mail system is.
I have sent this guy 2 freaking things that have, one's gotten lost. We still haven't gotten refunded from it, and the other one got lost. But thankfully, we got refunded.
Well, that's your fault for ordering from Etsy.
Okay, that's fair.
Also, weren't we supposed to rant at Chipotle?
Oh yeah, I'm.
Weren't we supposed to yell at Chipotle?
Yeah, we were.
For their trash burritos,
Absolutely
and
trash.
quesadillas
Their
and...
quesadilla is like that big now. Their freaking burrito is about the size of my freaking 3 fingers. It's absurd. I'm not gonna
Which
go.
3?
I'm not gonna. The it's like this. It was like that, legit, like that big, like 3-pointer.
Myself. Yeah, it's funny. We don't have Chipotle here.
Anyway.
We only have Qdoba.
Well,
I can't keep. Oh my gosh. For anybody listening on Spotify, if y'all do that anywhere, just be really grateful that you
didn't
watch this live in video form.
Yeah. For those
anyway.
of you that are watching it live in video form, I apologize. Yes, Owen, correct.
Oh my gosh. Wait, who has a game in London next year? The Packers?
No.
The Packers have a game in London.
No,
they always have a game in London.
No, he's talking about baseball. So I was talking about baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah.
Oh, nobody cares about baseball having a game in London.
Oh, by the way, I was also wrong. I thought they were I thought they were Etsy. Apparently they're both Amazon.
Oh, both were Amazon. Okay.
Also,
well, yeah, but the Mississippi mail system is still trash. I don't know what the shocker has to do with, but Owen's talking smack. Cubs Cardinals.
Oh,
no, not Cubs
London.
Is it?
It's apparently breaking news.
That's stupid.
But
yeah, okay. Right. So it's stupid that the Packers have to play in London. Like the NFL is forcing them to play in London for no reason.
There are 2. Okay, so there are two. Well, whatever. I don't care about that. So I'm gonna. I want to touch on this because last week I hammered at him and whatever. I want to talk about it real quick. I don't even.
Oh my gosh, are you gonna flip around already? Okay.
I'm listening. What I absolutely, but like, so I want to preface it with we are at a point now in training camp, nice, where the same thing that you guys talked about with Jordan Love, where everything that you want to do and see is success. You don't want to hear about the struggles of the quarterback and this, that, and the other, and you're hanging on every single practice and every single thing that he does. So yesterday,
every single tweet.
Yes, but yesterday he was actually trending because he had a ridiculously great practice. And he's throwing to receivers, and I quote, and I don't think it's a direct quote, but, and I quote, wouldn't even make it as a 6th string on Ohio State. So that being said, super happy that he's putting together some great practices, because at the end of the day, that's what you want to see. We won't even touch on the Roquan Smith situation because that fired me up before, and I don't want to go with that. So before we go back
are you still mad at how Justin talks to the media?
No,
too closed off.
No, well, yes, I am, because I think he should be a little bit more. At least I didn't see him leaning back like this the whole time and just being like. It reminded me of the Office episode when Michael Scott wanted to negotiate with Daryl wanted to negotiate with Michael Scott about his pay increase. and Michael Scott ended up going through and researching the tactics of a negotiation. So he's like,
You should do that before you go to work tomorrow.
oh please, there's no negotiation. That's a dictatorship. That's a dictatorship, and you heard me. That you guys hear me. If any of you guys watch this that are from, it's a dictatorship. I'm sorry, it totally is. Whatever. Anyways, this is another awesome thing. This is official. So,
yes.
I'm not gonna let you guys know yet what it is, but we got one. We got one. So we are going to be partnering with a company and receiving commission from that company based off of signings from you guys, viewers, and whomever that watches this. We will be announcing it next week. Hopefully that's the time frame. We'll go live with the commercial and the cut-ins and production and on our website, thirddownthursdays.com. Click on that, guys. I'm telling you right now, there's some good stuff. It's going to be fun. It's going to be worthwhile. And I don't know. I think we're going to be building off of this.
I'm excited. Discover Peoria was they were they were a first sponsor that we ever had. But I think that it can I be our poster child? They'd love me. You're not 18 yet, so no. Silent. Let's not remember last time you tried to talk smack on the show, how that went for you. Sorry.
Oh,
fell asleep because I got bored. But no, I'm very excited. Like we said in those emails back and forth, I think it brings a little bit more legitimacy to what we're doing. Correct. Shows that people in the actual business world are recognizing what we're doing. Correct. And the effectiveness that we can have in bringing an audience, even if our audiences aren't massive when we go live specifically. I'm comfortable saying that we reach about 250,000 eyeballs. Technically it's 500,000 eyeballs. 250,000 people in like a 90-day period.
Semantics.
Math is hard.
But I will say though, our team as a collective group, we reach more people.
Oh, absolutely. Because when you put together all of our followers, all of that, then yeah, obviously that number goes up even higher.
Did we announce it? So I don't know if we announced this either. So we are actually getting one of our writers who's a senior in college, a college credit for writing for Third Down.
I didn't even know. Is that official?
That's official.
I didn't even know that was official.
It's official. So we are currently I don't want to say partnering because that's not true. That's not the right word, and I don't want them coming after me. But they are actually coming. He submitted the information to Marquette University. Marquette approved it, and he's going to be getting a credit for writing for Third Down Thursdays. Bam, bitches! Really cool. Let's go.
I didn't even know that. I knew that was a possibility, but I didn't know that it actually happened. That's pretty sweet.
No, it's great. I love it. And the fact that if you would have told me 2 years ago when you and I just started this BS, we brought along Richie. Richie helped us out tremendously. And like three idiots in a podcast. That's a new name for another one.
I'm sure nobody's ever said that before.
True. But hey, we thought someone said Third Down Thursdays before too. But if you would have told me,
I was really surprised when nobody had done that.
Right. But if you would have told me what we were doing was going to help people the way that it has, it's shocking. It's amazing. And hopefully we can continue to grow this bitch and make it bigger. And hopefully that, we can congratulate our guy live and in person. Possibly, probably not in person. Probably over Zoom or over StreamYard. But whatever. Anyways,
No, not yet. I don't have it quite yet.
Fired
No,
up
that's
yet?
not the right.
All right,
That's not the right thing.
so preseason degenerate bets. I'm gonna get to it,
Always.
and I'm gonna tell.
Yes, please.
And I gotta say something real quick. So currently, as we speak, I have to check this out. Hold up. Taking a look. It's in a book.
This is Bruce when the over's about to
Be
hit.
going for a touchdown, bro. I want you to be going for a fucking touchdown. That was good. We should post that too.
I have.
Tag FanDuel and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But anyway, so
yeah, FanDuel, sponsor us.
Yeah, FanDuel.
I know your social media marketing manager, Gabby. Respond to my DMs, bro.
Actually, and we've had or PointsBet. We've had your marketing person on too before.
Oh yeah, Drew got promoted, by the way,
because he was on our show.
Did you see that?
I did not.
He's good for him. You know how before we were like, "Hey, you should get us a sponsorship," and he's like, "Hey, well, I'm not the boss."
Now he's the boss.
I'm pretty sure he's actually the boss now. I'm trying to. It's on his Twitter. Let me go look on his LinkedIn.
Well, hold on real quick. So this weekend or tomorrow, the 49ers are favored against your Green Bay Packers. The over-under is at 33.5. And then the Chicago Bears.
What's the over on that?
Excuse me. The Kansas City Chiefs are playing at the Chicago Bears. Chiefs are favored by 1. So that's essentially a pick 'em. The over-under is 37.5.
Take the under on that.
I'll take
over on the Packers game, under on the Bears.
I agree.
That's a lot. Oh my gosh, this is a lot of preseason football. This is beautiful. Dude, right now, the Giants are beating the Patriots
7-10.
This is their victory. This is their Super Bowl.
It is.
They're not going to be better than they are right now.
The over/under right now for that game is 33.5. What was it? What did it open up as?
It's 10-7. 33.5. Oh, okay, I guess that technically makes sense. Titans Ravens is also 10-7 with 2 minutes left.
All right, so we betting this weekend. Yes, I am. I think my lock.
Of course you are.
Lock it in. Deadbolt that bitch. I'm gonna go with. You know what? I'm gonna go over. My lock in is the under in the 37.5 for the Chiefs Bears game.
My lock is Lions money line on Friday.
By the way, if you have a chance,
they're playing the Falcons.
If you have a chance to watch you mean the Bears of the South? If you have a chance to look at their roster and look at the people that work in their front office now. If you get a chance to watch, speaking of the Lions, if you get a chance, I keep saying this, to watch Hard Knocks. Watch it. It's legit.
Is it actually good? Is it actually worth my time?
It is. Because I haven't watched. The only time it kind of got like a little annoying was when I keep thinking Chad Hutchinson, but Aiden Hutchinson.
Wasn't he singing in the?
Which was hilarious, and I thought that was awesome. And no joke, I actually started singing too.
Oh, of course you did.
But he was singing Billie Jean, dude. Billie Jean, not my lover. Oh, she's just a girl. Anyway,
if we're gonna do this, we may as well.
But no, real quick though, when they expanded on him at home with like his sisters and his mom, and I thought that was kind of, it just seemed a little too like, I don't want to say fake, but it just didn't seem as like genuine as you would want it to feel, I guess. But it was good. Like I'm gonna watch it again when it comes on Tuesday when it comes back out next week with the new episode. I'm definitely watching it. But that being said, guys, fireside chats, bring it.
Drew is the marketing manager at PointsBet now.
Well, we're gonna have to reach out, aren't we?
Hello, Drew. How you doing? This is my official request to have a PointsBet and Third Down Thursday sponsorship. You know me, you know Bruce, you know what we do. We do great things. We got numbers. We can show you some numbers. You want numbers? We got numbers.
We got a website too. We got website. We got writers. We got writers. We got a website. We got writers that have a website.
You like Mike and Ike's? You like Mike and Ike's? You getting you Mike and Ike's? Let's talk.
This has been a show, man.
I'm posting that too.
Oh, I love it. We should.
I'm posting that. I don't care.
All right. So, hey,
All right, kids, let's talk.
we're opening it up, guys. You got something to ask us? You want any information on
Here,
anything that's going on?
Let me take the volume off so Paige can hear too, because she's going.
Anything you guys want to talk about? Bring it.
What's up? You got anything for us to talk about? What in the world?
Yeah.
Why are we playing?
The Cubs scored again.
Cubs scored again?
Oh. All right, we're done.
I'm not trying to get flagged for inappropriate content on YouTube. I don't really care about YouTube yet, but
with that music, come on. Oh, we got it. We got it.
Oh, my knife. Probably shouldn't pull that out on. I'll make Drew dinner for sponsorship. You want Chick-fil-A? I got you. Yeah, Drew, you can get Chick-fil-A in 2 different states. That's how great we are.
Ooh.
You go to Illinois, Chick-fil-A. You go to Mississippi, why are you here? Chick-fil-A. Why are you here? Okay, that's something we'll talk about. So the weather patterns in Mississippi are very
no, you just go. All right, go ahead.
I was on my way home from work. Gorgeous. I pull into the driveway. Gorgeous. I take a shower. I'm not a girl. I'm in there like 5 minutes. In and out. Boom. I get out of here. Sit down to play my Xbox. Pouring.
It's also humid as
you go
shit
on the
down there.
Weather Channel. It's pouring. Oh, yeah. It's like 80% humidity all the time. But you go on the Weather Channel, it will be a monsoon outside. It looks like a blizzard with rain. And the Weather Channel will say, occasional local heavy rainfall possible.
Update. It's officially the peak of hurricane season, so.
Good to know.
Yeah, we're screwed.
And
we're screwed.
Half of the sky will be the bluest sky you'll ever see with
gorgeous
sunshine, and it'll be pouring. And I don't understand.
Yeah, it's the most localized, weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life.
We watched it come towards us yesterday.
Yeah, you can actually see this. I've never experienced anything like it. You can actually see the storm just moving towards you. I feel like I'm Chicken Little. The sky is falling. The sky is falling.
I'm about to get fucked.
That's what I feel like every single day.
Excuse me?
Don't worry about it. Anyways. Anywho. And yes, it's not a fishbowl. It's M&M's. Shut up.
Man, Fireside chat's been kind of chill tonight. Not a lot of
chat's a little sad. It's okay. I don't know. Jack's spreading his Patriots crap in here. You wouldn't even understand it. And the fact that he censors Josh McDaniels is just ironic because he hates Josh McDaniels that much.
True.
231 views on Facebook though tonight.
I like it. I mean, I pushed out a little bit. I mean, it was also because of Cris Dishman, dude. That guy was
awesome. Yeah, of course it is. But we're cool, Bruce.
Oh, someone thinks so.
Sometimes. It depends on the day.
My puppy right here thinks so.
Yeah, let's see. I have absolutely no clue. There's no schedule for anyone we got coming on in the next few weeks. Mostly just me and Bruce. Yes, we're going to Insomnia Cookies later.
Nice.
She needs a cookie.
I am going to, dude. Okay, so
at the DMV.
I think we talked about this last week, but my wife and I started watching Game of Thrones again.
Yes, you talked about this Tuesday.
Okay. Oh, on Tuesday I did talk about it here, but let me tell you, dude. There are so many little subtle things that I missed from the first time that I watched that, like jokes. Comments, or just so many subtle things. And let me tell you, it's absolutely amazing. Like, that show is so good. The ending was, I mean, from what I recall, obviously everyone was upset about the ending. We won't talk about it. Some people don't know it, but the wifey, crumble cookie is where it's at. She wanted to say at, but it's egg.
Oh yeah, I just put in there. We just got one of those in Peoria right before we moved, which is super sad.
I went to go get it, and the line was like
Wrapped around the building twice.
Sounds about right.
decided,
It was awful.
Sounds about right.
And Insomnia is great. You in and out. Ooh.
Ooh. Uh-oh.
Cy talking. Cy just likes coming in here causing
I
trouble.
know the side's just going at it. Uh-oh. Let's see what the let's see.
He
Let's
doesn't want
see.
to go at anyone.
We got
curly fries from Hardee's.
oh, that sounds good. Curly fries. Sounds
Sure.
good. I love curly fries.
I like Hardee's.
You want to just say screw it and drive to Whataburger?
How far is it?
It's like an hour.
Not really.
Okay. I was just trying to see how chaotic you were feeling.
It's 8 o'clock, and I have a lot of class tomorrow.
Oh. And with that,
It's been a pleasure,
it is always
ladies and gentlemen.
yeah,
I
absolutely.
Bruce, the only thing I realized. Oh, you're kicking me out.
Oh, should we?
Wait.
Should,
No.
no! Oh, he pulled it. He pulled it.
The only thing I realize about the fireside chat sucks for Spotify.
Oh, that's true because
I
people
got a
can't see.
suggestion.
They can't see it. Yes, ma'am.
That's
Can
true.
we get a crackle fire sound in the background?
For the fireside,
Ooh.
absolutely.
That sounds like a great idea.
Fix it.
Done.
Bruce,
Done.
fix it.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yes.
Dick.
Love you, Bruce.
Love you too.
Bye, bitch.